Hello, I'm Josh.
And I'm Cam.
And we are
Vapes and Bakes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Vapes and Bakes. This is episode number
8.
Boosh. We're bringing you two absolutely delicious things. We're bringing you a lemon cheesecake on a double whammy level. We've got a vape from Padstow Blends, lemon cheesecake, and we've also got a lemon cheesecake. Recipe for this will be down below in the description because this isn't one of my recipes. I think this was taken from BBC Good Food actually, but it's a great recipe.
As some of the best recipes are.
Yeah. And it's really simple. And yeah, so we've tried this a little bit before making this video, and it's delicious, isn't it?
Oh, it smashes it. It's there's like, because obviously we started off this channel with the lemon balm review.
Yeah.
And the lemon balm is fantastic. I got hooked on that for weeks. But actually this...
And I also, like, the lemon balm was good, but again, I don't like cake flavours, and I didn't like it.
No. But this is subtle.
Yeah.
It's really cleverly done. Because
It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like cake flavours, but I love this.
Right.
And it's great. It's
Definitely.
fantastic. So, should we try a bit of cheesecake, have a bit of a chat, and then do some juice?
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I've got an extremely small slice because I'm lactose intolerant.
So he's going to be exploding later out of every orifice.
Well, yeah, you know.
And we're also using a fork because, you know, we're going to make a thing of this now.
Yeah.
Now that it's been said, we're going to make a thing out of it.
Yeah, we use forks. We're civilised people.
Not spoons.
Why would you eat it with a spoon?
Yeah, why
You know,
would you eat it with a spoon?
Some people are silly.
Yeah, what dickheads would eat? Fuck it now. Like, it's just outrageous, isn't it? It's just uncouth.
It is. You know what's not uncouth though? This cheesecake.
Mm.
It is light, it's zesty, it's got something tangy to it.
Mm.
That biscuit tastes delicious.
I know, that biscuit base is incredible.
I know.
And it's fresh.
Yeah, that's it. It's fresh.
Because I find with some cheesecakes, like a New York vanilla cheesecake, raspberry cheesecakes, they're really nice, but they're really heavy.
Yeah.
And there's only so much of that I can eat. This, I could probably eat the whole thing. We've got a massive, like, thing of it over there. And I could easily eat the whole thing. But
I'm not going to be eating the rest of it, mate.
no.
So,
But because I'm already a fatty, I have to watch what I eat, so I won't be eating all of it.
someone will eat it, though. It's not going to waste. That's the crucial thing.
So,
It's a good cake.
why don't you tell us a bit about what we want to talk about today?
Okay, so we thought that an important topic to discuss was kind of the do's and don'ts of vaping, and how we as vapers can engage with the non-vaping world, but do it in a way that isn't offensive or causes to, you know, or aims to disrupt anyone else's lives. You know, vaping's a very personal thing, and though we kind of share it with the community that's here, obviously there's a community outside that, as with anything that you do, and especially with vaping, which, you know, lots of people do tie to smoking, and that's, you know, that's completely understandable. So I suppose it has the kind of, in some places it has the kind of dirty name that kind of smoking near someone might. So, okay, dokie, so... Number one. Don't...
I'll just put you on the spot there, haven't I? Don't blow it in people's
faces.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Alright, there we go.
Don't blow it in people's faces because, like, that was quite intense, and I wasn't expecting that.
Sorry, mate.
Actually, if you're vaping around other people and someone's not quite expecting a face full of cloud, like, it just completely obscures your vision. You have no idea where anything is, and yeah, and like, it's fun to blow big clouds, like it really is, but not in people's faces, because then they're just going to think that you're a bit of a dick.
That's it.
And that's the last thing.
Yeah, and especially, and this is, you know, with Josh, I know I can blow, you know, an occasional cloud in his face. Because as a vapor, you know, Josh is a keen vapor, and I know that if he really had a problem with it, he could just kind of suck his way through the cloud. But but if someone is a non-smoker and you kind of blow, even just blowing it towards them, that's not necessarily a kind thing to do, you know?
No, and it may seem slightly overkill, but try and just like blow it either down or up or away. If you kind of know the wind direction, you can...
Yeah. It's still
going
that way, is it?
So we're going to blow it that way. And then that keeps it out of other people's faces, or like if it's a particularly windy day, just stand downwind from the person that you're vaping with.
That's it. I mean, I used to do the same with smoking. I'd kind of like, I do what I do, you know, I don't know if you've noticed in the videos, but I tend to, just because it gets it out of the way, you know, and I wouldn't do that if someone was sat on that side, you know, like, that's not a good idea. But just be sensible with it.
Yeah,
you know, it's that simple.
And the thing about all the things that we want to talk about today is that essentially it's vaping etiquette.
Yeah.
Like, vaping's already got like a bit of a bad name at the moment. We want to make sure that it doesn't continue with a bad name. So it's kind of Vapequette.
Vapequette.
And the next one is kind of on with blowing it in people's faces. I don't know where I was going with that. Blowing it in people's faces. I've got some of these written
blowing it
down
into
here.
people's homes.
Yeah. If you're in someone's house, and they're not a smoker or a vapor, even if they are,
you know, it's not worth doing it without asking.
Yeah.
Always make sure that,
because actually if they are a
space,
smoker or a vapor, they might actually have a thing where they go outside, or they have a particular room that they smoke or vape in.
Yeah.
And actually it's not your house. Have a bit of respect for where you are. And yeah, just ask the person.
That's it. Of course, in your own home, it does present a safe space. But again, if you're living with housemates or something like that, either keep it to your own room or check what they're comfortable with as well. Because you want to make sure that we are respecting all the people around us, whether they vape, no vape, smoke, whatever it is. You know, respect
and we're in the living room
is the key
at the moment, and I've already asked my housemates, and they're pretty chill with it. So
got the window open.
We have got the window open. I don't tend to vape when my housemates are in the room.
No.
I will a little bit if I've got like a smaller device where I'm not blowing like huge clouds. I'll try and like get a pod or something where I can sort of keep that under control. And then you're also not just completely clouding the room.
Yeah, that's it. Because it is getting quite hard to see in this room now, you know.
And also the same goes with cars as well.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of friends who are smokers, and they don't smoke in their car because they try and keep their car as smoke-free. They might feel the same about vaping, they might not, but don't just bring it out and start vaping in the car without their permission. Also, it may be if they're driving and it's their car and you're vaping, that actually might be a bit of a distraction for them.
And it could be quite dangerous, you know. A cigarette produces a lot less smoke in a car. Like, I've had times where I've had the windows closed, and I kind of, you know, I go for that first morning hit as I'm driving somewhere, and then suddenly I realise I'm looking through a cloud of smoke. I'm having to wind the window down very quickly so that I can kind of...
Wind a window
What's
down?
in front of me? What's in front of me? Well, alright.
How old is your car?
Well, yeah, right. I just like that motion more, you know, it's more exciting. Rather than... Oh yeah,
yes,
down now.
That's true. And also, same goes with kids as well. If it's your own kids, then, you know, you do what you want. But if you're around other people's kids or in public or something and there are kids around, don't just start vaping around them because some parents might not like that. They might not appreciate it.
Kids probably won't like it.
The kids might not like it.
Like,
they have minds
at the end of the day, just because you like vaping doesn't mean that everyone else does.
No.
So, same with smoking. You know, it's like, just keep it to yourself, or if you're within a circle of people that like vaping, or you're in a vape shop where you can vape, lovely. You know, there are safe spaces out there for people like us, you know, to crawl out of the shadows and vape together, but don't force it upon people.
And also with that, there are vape shops you can go in and vape usually, but there are buildings where there are smoking bans. Now in the UK, most of the time when there's smoking bans, they do also include vaping as well. And they will usually say like no smoking within like 50 meters of this building or something. So don't just do that with vaping, because also the owners of that building or the business or something, they might not be happy with it, and you're just going to give us like the rest of the vaping world a bad name as well, because then they're going to be like, oh, fucking vaping.
Yeah, that's it. And then and those things stay as well with people. So yeah, we don't want to spread bad vapiness. We want to spread good vape patchouli.
What on earth are you trying to say?
I have no idea. Just be nice with your vaping. It's that simple. Shall we?
And similar.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, we've just got a couple of more things. And similar with the buildings thing as well. Some workplaces. So we're down in Devon. Devon County Council have a really weird thing where you are not allowed to smoke at any point during working hours. So you're not allowed to go out for a fag break. You're also, if you're a social worker or someone where you're doing house calls, visits, or you're going to another place for a meeting, you're not allowed, according to their policies, to smoke in between those times. So it's always worth just checking with your employer, is it alright if I vape, in between, like if I have a break or something, if I go outside, is it alright for me to vape, whilst it's during working hours? Most businesses will accommodate for fag breaks, so you're pretty safe there usually. Yeah, usually. But it's just always worth checking your company's policy and stuff.
Always. And then on another note, covert vaping may seem fun, but again, you know, there are chances where you might be thinking, oh yeah, no one knows I'm vaping, you know, in an indoor space or something like that. If you get outed there, you know, if someone spots you and goes, hang on, you're not meant to be doing that in here, why are you doing that in here? That's going to feel awful for a start.
And also, it makes you look like a bit of a dick.
How far away are you from an outside space where there aren't other people? You know, I'd be concerned if you know...
And with the stealth vaping as well.
I don't know, you know, but like, it's not worth it.
And with stealth vaping as well, there are some places where you absolutely should not, under any circumstance, try and stealth vape, and those places are things like aeroplanes and aeroplane toilets, where they're very, very hot on smoking in toilets. It's massive no-no.
Everyone's breathing the same air.
Don't vape in an aeroplane, like in the loos or whatever. Hospitals for it as well. Don't go into like the loos or whatever and try and have a quick sneaky vape, because you have no idea who's using that loo after you. And as someone who's worked in a hospital for quite some time, there are all kinds of people with different respiratory illnesses, where actually, whilst there is no evidence on the damages on any harm caused by secondhand vape clouds, for people with existing respiratory illnesses, there is the potential to kind of exacerbate that or irritate that.
That's it, you know.
But on a much lighter note,
let's vape.
Let's do it. And yeah, Padstow are just absolutely incredible, aren't they?
They have blown our minds, frankly. We, you know, this morning we were kind of going through the juices that we've been sent very kindly from them. And whether we like the juice or not, we just can't dispute the fact that they are spot on with their flavours. They have all of the notes separate and just really quite fine-tuned.
They are. That is it. Yeah. They're fine-tuned. And they are exactly what they say on the bottle. So, like, if you don't like a vanilla white chocolate frappe flavoured juice, that is what you're going to be getting, so don't get it.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like vanilla frappes in real life, then you're probably not going to like the e-juice.
No, yeah.
Because it tastes exactly like a vanilla frappe.
Yeah.
White chocolate frappe.
I mean, that one was fun. So, I mean, what do you feel about this juice?
I mean, there is a biscuity undertone, but it's so subtle and so light. But there's a real, like, the whole juice is very light and it's very, very gentle, and it's very understated and it's very subtle. And kind of, you've got that very light biscuitiness underneath it, but overarching, you've got that lemon zestiness.
Yeah, that zest kind of blasts through the centre,
And that's fresh.
Yeah, it's lovely.
That's nice. And it is delicious.
And again, it's done without a kind of coolant or anything like that to make it feel fresh. You know, that taste is just there, especially with the biscuitiness. It sits quite comfortably in your stomach, I find.
And again, as someone who doesn't like cake flavours, this is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's incredible. you know, and this is great. What would you rate it out of 10? I've caught you with a mouthful. I would rate this at probably like I'm gonna go for an 8.
I'm gonna go for an 8 too, mate.
Nice. So I'm gonna go for an 8. I again don't like cake flavours, but I would happily sit and vape this. It's not one that I would chain vape, but it's very much one that I would quite happily, you know, I might just in an evening be like, you know what, I fancy a bit of lemon cheesecake, and you know, I'll
drop it in your RDA. You know?
Yeah, and have a few puffs on that, and it's delicious. It's absolutely tasty. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably, you know, sit on this for quite a while, I think, potentially. And have it as maybe a kind of regular vape. I do tend to, there's something about kind of like lemon pudding juices that really catches me. I think it's maybe the slight tanginess of the lemon mixed with that lovely kind of savoury biscuit, pastry, whatever it is that's going for it. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Thank you, Padstow Blends, because you are smashing it.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So absolutely hit their website.
Yeah,
get their juices.
We recommend it. You know that when you're picking the juice, you're going to get that flavour. So
yeah,
trust.
And we'll put their link in the description below, because I cannot fault any of it. We've been sent 4 different juices, and every single one of them is absolutely incredible. And we'll do separate reviews on those ones another time.
Of course we will.
Should we say goodbye?
I think we say goodbye.
Will you get it right this week?
I think so. This is goodbye from Vapes and Bakes.
He nailed it. Whoop.
Woohoo!
See you next time.
Catch you in a bit.